Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. I've reached financial independence and I'm talking about subjects to help other people reach financial independence. And the topic today is on credit cards. And this is a pep talk to try to help folks just kind of see the dangers behind them and get some impetus behind just not wanting to carry a balance on there. So, um, one of the best investors that's out there is Warren Buffett. And it's interesting because, over the couple decades that he ran the fund when it grew the most, the largest increase over time that he had, his average was about 19.6% year after year. So he's considered one of the greatest investors of all times, and yet his fund increased 19.6% year on year, and that turned into, you know, millions of dollars for folks that invested with him. Now, on the flip side, there's a lot of folks that carry credit card balances. And as motivation, I want you to think that when you carry a credit card balance, you are turning those credit card banks into better investors than even Warren Buffett was. Because, I don't even know what the average credit card rate is, but it's, above 20% in a lot of cases these days. So, if your credit card rate is 23%, then you are turning your credit card bank into a better investor than even Warren Buffett was. And so you can kind of flip that around and basically saying, as good as Warren Buffett was at making investment decisions, you are acting in the opposite direction as the worst investor than Warren Buffett ever was. So if you are paying 23% interest on a credit card, you're a terrible investor. Just want to say. So that's kind of a fun way to think about the what you're doing to yourself if you carry that balance every month. Is uh, you're a, the opposite of a Warren Buffett, and I think you probably know that. And it's so easy to overspend on a credit card. I realize there's things you need and want, and if you have a medical bill or something and no emergency fund, I get it. Spend what you need and pay off those installments slowly. But as soon as you possibly can, humanly possible, pay off that credit card. you know, that is turning yourself into the best investment person ever, because every time you make an extra payment to try to pay that off, well, you harvest that 23% gain that you would have otherwise paid to a credit card. So that is the way to become a better investor than Warren Buffett, is to pay off your credit card balance. If you have one, do everything you possibly can to pay that off, because each payment that you make will earn 23%. And that means, like, if you divide your interest rate into the number 72, so 72 divided by 23, that's about 3.5 years, I think. So every 3.5 years, you'll double your money by paying off your credit card. So there's your investment advice for today. Become a super investor. Beat Warren Buffett by paying that credit card off. Do not carry a balance on credit cards. It's nice to get the points. I've used credit cards. I have a 2% cashback card. I use it from Fidelity. It's awesome, but I have never carried a balance ever through the entire 30-year time frame that I've had this card or any of the cards. So, credit cards uh, are definitely they work against you so much. So, again, if you have a credit card balance, you shouldn't have one. But just like how terrible of an investment it is, you're negative, the inverse, even worse inverse than Warren Buffett. But every time you make an extra principal payment, you're harvesting a better gain than Warren Buffett was. So kind of there's a food for thought. If you have a balance, do everything you can possibly do to pay down that debt. Or, I don't know, just pay it down, pay it off. Do not be a person that carries a credit card balance. It is one of the worst financial decisions you can possibly make in your life. It is so hard to try to get ahead if you carry those credit card balances. So there's your financial investing advice. Don't carry a credit card balance. And if you do, every time you make a payment, that payment will grow more than Warren Buffett did during the heydays of his fund. So like, subscribe. Hope this is a little bit of a pep talk to you. In order to be financially independent, you can't have credit card debt because it's just such a terrible investment. Like, subscribe. We'll see you.